Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. This is Dr. Nick Pinkerton talking to you from Counseling Services at Southern Connecticut State University. I'm really pleased to be here with you. My goal today is to talk to you a little bit about coping and connecting. We're going to keep it nice and short. I just want to give you the top 7 things to be thinking about right now as you're trying to set some goals and accomplish them, make progress, and doing that right now. So, first one, when you are setting goals, when you're trying to think about what it is that you've been meaning to accomplish, but it just hasn't been working out, you haven't set the time aside for it, it hasn't come to fruition, is I want you to write it down. Write it down, all right? So go find yourself a moment, a pad of paper, and just jot down what are the things that have been concerning you, worrying you, things that you've been meaning to address. Just jot down some notes, right? And with that, maybe think about what are the goals that you have? What are the things that you are trying to accomplish? Things that you want to improve, things you want to do a little bit better on. If you can write them down, it takes them from up here and it puts them right in front of you. It makes them real, and it makes it more likely that you're going to actually be able to commit to them, that you're going to be able to come back to them, that you're going to be able to pinpoint what it is you're trying to accomplish. So step number 1, write down your goals, okay? Now number 2, I want you to actually schedule it, all right? What I mean by that is I want you to break down whatever that goal is into manageable pieces, and I want you to put it onto your schedule. All right, this goes with the number 3, which is create a routine. These two really work together, all right? If it's not on your schedule, right, maybe you need to go and dust off that planner because it's been, it's somewhere. We're not really sure where it is. Or maybe you want to get that on that app, that scheduling app, where you look to see what you have going on in your day. Wherever you want to do it, if it's not on your schedule, it doesn't exist, right? So put it on your schedule. And with that, when you're creating a routine, which is number 3, right? When you're creating a routine, it's really important to be thinking about when are you going to be doing these things. And to the extent you can keep it somewhat consistent, all the better, all right? Think about this. When you're trying to keep yourself healthy and well, I usually think about the top 3 things being sleep. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting good sleep? Are you eating well? Are you eating healthy? Are you eating enough? Are you eating too much? How is your eating going? Right? And then lastly, what's your exercise or activity level like? Okay, those 3 things, your sleep, your eating, and your activity level. 3 really great things to focus on when you're trying to just improve your overall well-being, okay? So with that, what is something that you could think about doing that creates a routine? All right, well, let's think about that for a moment. If I'm trying to improve those 3 things, 1, I'm going to actually get out my schedule. I'm going to mark down when, I've been skipping breakfast. Oh, I have such a habit of skipping breakfast, right? Not a problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mark out on my schedule when I'm going to have breakfast, right? I'm going to think about what is it I'm going to have for breakfast. Am I going to do cereal? Am I going to do oatmeal? Am I going to do eggs? Am I going to do, what is it that I'm going to most likely do? Maybe it's a granola bar and a banana. But I want to actually think about how can I do that? Make sure that I'm getting a healthy breakfast in. That is important. When can I do that? How can I schedule it? Okay? Same for sleep. Sleeping, really, really key, right? Really key. I know that when my sleep is off, I'm off. So I want you to think about setting a bedtime and setting a wake-up time. How do you do that? Well, set an alarm on your phone. Yeah, set an alarm on your phone. In fact, set an alarm half an hour before you want to actually be in bed. You know why? Because it's gonna alert you to the fact that it's now time to start winding down and do your bedtime routines. All right, what are your bedtime routines? This is really important, right? What are the things that you're doing to prepare yourself for sleep? And to the extent you can get into a bit of a routine in that, it's also very helpful. So are you scrolling through and looking at your various different updates and posts? And that's actually, it's meant to capture your attention, and so you just want to be a little bit cautious with that because that may actually make it less likely that you're going to end up falling asleep and getting to sleep on time. So when do you actually put the phone away? When do you put that down? When do you sort of let go of that? And is kind of an important question. A lot of people find that, for example, reading, if one of your goals is, I want to read more. I need to study for that big exam that's going to be coming up that I'm going to need to deal with as a professional. I've wanted to learn about this particular topic, whatever it might be. Right? Bust out that book and have 20 minutes of reading be part of your bedtime routine. Maybe it's you're going to take a shower at night, kind of, just let all that stuff that built up along the day just kind of be eliminated. You're feeling nice, you're feeling good, and you're ready for bed. You get into your pajamas, you're ready to go, right? Nice bedtime routine. So what is your bedtime routine, and how can you encourage that? All right, so let's do it with activity level, right? So maybe one of your goals is you want to try to work on fitness. You want to get a little bit more healthy, right? Maybe you've wanted to go on a walk or go on a run or work out in some other way. Not a problem. Let's actually build that into the schedule. Yeah. So when do you do that? Maybe you try it in the morning, right? Maybe you get it done first thing so that the rest of the day you're feeling really accomplished, like you've achieved something, and it kind of sets the tone for how you're dealing with the rest of the day. That sounds good. So then when are you going to wake up to be able to start doing that? Right? So maybe you squeeze it in first thing in the day, you set your alarm, you're waking up, now you're getting out of bed, you're having that granola bar and that banana, and you're heading out on that walk or you're heading out on that run, okay? Scheduling it is going to mean that it has a place in your day, it has a place in your life, and it's more likely that you're going to actually stick with it. So far we've got write it down, schedule it, and creating a healthy routine is number 3. We're going to move on to number 4, which is build in rewards. Yeah, build in rewards. If what you're doing is not inherently rewarding, it's hard, and some things are, right? They're just difficult. They're a trudge. You gotta just get through it. Build in a reward that will help you stick with it. It'll help you stay on course. Okay. So what does that look like? Well, it could mean lots of things, right? Let's go with these examples. Let's say you've gone through your first week of accomplishing these things, right? You've got your bedtime. You've been reading more. By that point, maybe you've read through half a book, or maybe you've gotten through an entire book. Wonderful. What an accomplishment, right? Maybe you've been eating more healthy and you've been feeling good about that. Wonderful. You've had the energy that you've needed in the morning to be able to go and get a couple workouts in this week. Wonderful. As a reward, what does that look like for you? Well, maybe it's, sharing with your friends the fact that you've accomplished these things. It's letting them know. Maybe it's going out and getting a meal with some friends. Maybe it's watching that movie you've been meaning to watch. It can mean lots of things. That's an individual sort of reward, but I want you to think about that. What is your reward that you're going to be aiming towards to kind of do this, to help keep you motivated? Some things are actually more intrinsically motivating, right? So one thing that I've heard folks kind of talk about is like, well, in order to make, my walk more rewarding, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my earbuds, I'm going to listen to the music I really like. Okay, well that's great. You're sort of building in a reward as you're doing it. Wonderful. Or I want to listen to that audiobook that I've been really wanting to read. Wonderful. All right, so we've got build in rewards. Next, number 5, we've got track it. Track your progress, okay? This is really important because in your daily life, as you're going through and you're trying to accomplish something and you're working at it, you may not see the results of that effort anytime soon, right? It takes a while for those changes to really manifest. And so in order to stay motivated, if you can track the progress that you've made by writing it down, maybe it's, every morning that you've worked out, you put a check mark, right? You check off that I did that. Maybe you go into it even further, right? I lifted this weight this day and this weight the next day, right? I ran this amount this day and this amount that day, right? You can really get into the weeds here about how much you track or how little you track, but it is shown to be absolutely very effective that if you track, you're more likely to stick with it and you're more likely to see the progress that you've made and make progress because you can see that progress. Okay? So track it. Write it down. When you are a month in, you're going to be very grateful that you did because you're going to look at it and you might feel like, man, has any of this amounted to anything? Yes, it has. And here's what it's amounted to. When you look back and you see, you know what, I was only lifting this amount. Now I'm here. Or, I started off and I didn't have anything that I was reading, and now I've read through 3 books. Wonderful. That's going to really be helpful and keep you on course. All right. So that's number 5 is track it. Now we're moving on to number 6, talk it out, right? Talk it out. You're going to hear that, of course, from me. I'm a clinician. I'm a counselor. I believe in talking it out. I think it takes a tremendous amount of courage to talk to somebody about, things that you're struggling with, things that you're working on. It's like you're committing to something when you do that, right? You're letting them know. You're kind of building in an accountability partner when you do that. And that's amazing. I believe in this in every core of my being, that how helpful and amazing it can be, right? I don't know if you've had that experience. I hope that you have, where you've spoken to somebody about something that's been on your mind, a goal that you have, or some issue in your life, and it feels like just by nature of talking to them, you've been able to put together the pieces. You've been able to connect the dots in ways that you just didn't before. Maybe they've helped you by kind of helping you see some things that maybe you didn't see. They've helped you connect some things that you didn't know were connected, right? Being able to talk it out with somebody that you trust, somebody that you care about, it builds not only insight, but it builds that connection with other people as well. And so it's really helpful to do that. Which brings us to our last one, which is to get a buddy, right? So if you want to talk about accountability and helping yourself actually make the progress and the change you want to see, having an accountability buddy is really, really helpful, okay? So if it's, I want to get more fit, well, maybe one of your friends is wanting to do that as well, right? Maybe you can encourage each other to support each other in doing it. It's so easy if it's just my own goal, for me to find reasons for why I couldn't do it, excuses, things came up, right? Life got in the way. But if I've got somebody else who's depending on me, and somebody else that is depending on me, right? I'm depending on them, they're depending on me. All of a sudden, I'm going to be more committed to sticking with this, right? I want to be there for them. They want to be there for me. It's going to be that thing that maybe drags us out of bed and gets us going when otherwise we wouldn't, right? And so having an accountability buddy is really key. How can you do that with your goals? If there's something that you can do and accomplish, but bring someone else on board with you, wonderful. You're all the more likely to actually be successful with it. Okay? So that's getting a buddy. Let's go through the list that we've created so far. We've got 1, write it down. Write down your goals so that they're real and that they're stable and that you can come back and you can look at them. That's really helpful. Write it down. 2, schedule it. Schedule it. Put it on your schedule. Dust off that planner. Make sure it is scheduled. Goes along with number 3, create a routine, right? What is your bedtime routine? What is your wake-up routine? What are the routines you have in your day to be able to accomplish those goals? Number 4, build in rewards, okay? What are the rewards that you're going to have to help keep you going with this? Number 5, track it, yeah? Write it down. What are the things that you've been doing? Give yourself check marks every time you've accomplished it, because at the end of some period of time, when you look back and you're not sure if any of this has been worth it, it's going to be really helpful for you. Okay? And next, number 6, talk it out. Talk it out. Talk with a friend. Talk with a therapist. Talk with a counselor. We are here for you. I'm going to go into that a little bit more in just a moment, okay? But talk it out. And lastly, get a buddy on board. Get an accountability partner to join you in this if you can, okay? All right. So, again, my name is Dr. Nick Pinkerton, and I've got just an amazing crew of clinicians that are available to support you at the Counseling Center. So we're here. We are here. We're fully confidential. We are fully supportive of you. We have all kinds of techniques and strategies to help you accomplish your goals and manage some of the stressors in your life. That's what we do, and we love doing it, and we'd love to help you with that as well. So if you'd like to contact us and find out more information, please do so. All you got to do is call us at our phone number, okay, which is 203-392-5475. That's 392-5475. 5475. We're going to schedule you with an appointment. We are going to do all of it via telehealth. We are completely set up to do telehealth. We can meet with you just like this through our technology right to your home, meeting face to face through this synchronous magic before us, right? And we can do that. And we're here. And so call us up if you need anything. If you need some support, we are here for you. We're free and we're fully confidential. All right. So without further ado, I wish you all the best of luck. Take care of yourselves. Looking forward to seeing everybody back on campus pretty soon here. Please know that it is very normal to experience a little more anticipatory anxiety as a big transition point comes closer and closer, okay? So it is likely that folks, you, yourself, other folks, they might feel a little bit more anxiety as the campus. Now, some of that anxiety may just be excitement, right? Excitement and anxiety sometimes feel very similar, but just know that may be part of it. And so rely on some of these strategies, and there are many others, to support you during this time, okay? Thank you very much. I wish you all the best of luck. Take care of yourselves and be in touch. Thank you. Bye-bye.